Hello guys, it's Shox. I hope you are doing well. Today we're gonna talk actually about what are, in my opinion, the best 5 teams in the world and why. You have, of course, a lot of names that have to be like in the top 5 for sure, like Vitality and Spirit. But there are some other teams that we are not sure about. Are they like top 3, top 4, top 5, or maybe top 2, who knows? And the question is actually why. You know, we have been with a lot of events since now the start of the year, so I think it's a good time to see who are the best 5 teams in 2025 right now and why. Top 1 has to be Vitality, right? Who else? This is honestly the only team that there is absolutely no doubt about is Vitality is number 1. They have like the maximum point on HLTV, which is 1000. They're also number 1 in the Valve ranking. They won the 3 big events this year, which was like Katowice, EPL, and Blast. Yeah, that's it. They are managing a 94.7% percentage of win rate since 3 months. They only lost like few matches. I mean, it's even hard like to see. There is only win, as you can see, like they're in a win streak of 16, something like that. Yeah, current win streak 16. So they are the number 1 team for sure since Robs arrived. The thing is, like, we talked about it in the last video, and definitely also I think it's like Flamesy who said it in an interview that the question was like those, because Robs is actually we know a really like big worker, you know, did he has like an impact on you, on the team, on Vitality, and how? And actually he was saying in the interviews that it was yes the case, and since Robs joined he never saw his teammates actually being that late in the practice room, you know, during events. So definitely he's bringing like, there's something that is definitely clicking in terms of cohesion, I would say, in the teams, that is fitting really well, because you have to remember that CS is a team game, okay? And yes, sometimes you can actually feel really comfortable on the server, but not outside the server. Or it can be the opposite. You can actually feel really comfortable outside the server, but not really in the server. And I think right now, Vitality, since Robs joined, they actually have both. And this is what every teams are trying to look for. And this is the hardest to actually find, you know, to have 5 players who are really good, who gonna knows how to play the same games, the same CS when they're playing matches, and also outside the game, like they're almost like friends because they actually like each other and they have a really good cohesion. So right now, the thing is they have the best in-game leader in the world, they have the best lurker in the world, they have the best player in the world in 2025 right now, they have one of the best entries in the world with Flamesy, and one of the best pistol player in the world with MOUZ, and we know how pistol run can be really important on CS. So this is the number 1 without any doubt, and I guess right now the real question is actually like, who can beat them? Who can actually beat and destroy the synergy that they do have, you know? They just looks like Titan, and you don't even know which team can maybe beat them. Yes, sometimes you had MOUZ getting 2 maps, Spirit 1 map, Mongols 1 map, MIBA 1 map, but still you can feel like they are above, because they are above individually, they are above tactically, and they are above in terms of synergy. They have everything. Vitality is the top 1. Then I will actually pick MOUZ as top 2, second best team in the world. Why I'm picking MOUZ? Actually, because I was even myself really questioning MOUZ when Bran came into the lead, replacing Suhi, because everyone was in shock, you know. Suhi like proves that he was really a good leader in game, and Brolan didn't look like he was that guy who was talking a lot. We don't really know what was his impact in the team and stuff. And the thing is, even myself, I questioned them a lot, and I didn't really trust in it, to be honest. But the thing, like, since Brolan arrived, the thing is, it's been 2 months, for example, they have 13 win, okay? 13 win and only 4 loss. And look at that, so it's since 2 months, and the only 4 loss is against always the same team. Vitality, 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 Vitality. If they don't lose against Vitality, if they don't face them, they win the match, even against the best teams. They win against Eternal Fire, G2, Spirit, they beat them at Blast, but they also beat Spirit as well in EPL, so they beat them twice. So definitely, with Bran in the lead and with Pinks arriving, for me, at the moment we are speaking, MOUZ is the second best team in the world. Spirit is not even like able to beat them, but you can still feel there is a gap between them and Vitality. Though that being said, you can see like how fast they're improving. First they lost 2-0, then 3-0, then 2-0, and the last match, the final of Blast Lisbon, actually it was kind of close. It was kind of close, and they managed to get 2 maps, even it was hard for them. But you know, they were actually close to maybe take the win against Vitality this time. So they are improving, they are getting better and better, they are getting closer to Vitality. MOUZ is actually the biggest contender for Vitality and the number 2 team in the world, which is kind of crazy when you think about how young this team overall is, and they don't have that much experience, but somehow they are making it work, and it's really exciting. Number 3, I'm picking Spirit, just below MOUZ, so top 3. The reason why is actually when you look at the last matches, basically the only teams they kind of lost like since 2 months, like since early February, as you can see, it's Vitality and it's MOUZ. Both 2 times Vitality, 2 times MOUZ, all right? And even when they were losing, sometimes it's because they're losing some matches because Donk is not playing that good, and we know that basically Spirit without Donk is not the same team at all, right? So they need Donk. But even with a good Donk, as you can see against Vitality in Blast, you know, Donk was at 143. So I mean, he can't beat at 170 like Katowice last year. You know, it was like one of the hell performance that you only have maybe once in your career, right? Still, it was a 143, so it was a really, really big performance from Donk. And even with that performance, they are not able to beat Vitality. Talking about MOUZ, kinda the same. Even with a good Donk, 1.33, they still lose against MOUZ. So, what does it mean? It means that they are lacking something that which MOUZ and Vitality do have. I think at the moment we are speaking, MOUZ and Vitality are actually playing a better CS. They are ahead, talking about like collective and also about tactics, right? I think this is what makes the difference between like Vitality, okay, MOUZ and Spirit. The thing is like Vitality and MOUZ, even if Vitality is still better at the moment, MOUZ is really coming up. Also because MOUZ got a really good synergy and you can directly feel it when you see them playing, you know. They have a really good cohesion, kinda same as Vitality. With Spirit, you don't really know. It doesn't look like they have the best cohesion. It was some past event, I don't remember which one. You could see that Magix, for example, was a bit tilted on the camera. You can see sometimes Donk tilt. Even one time I saw Shiro tilt. When you look at MOUZ and Vitality, these players rarely tilt, you know. Yes, there are some bad runs, and yes, they're doing some mistakes, and sometimes like it's really hard to deal with, but same, they can have some frustration, but they're not as tilted as Spirit can be. And for me, it actually proves there is an internal problem, I would say, in Spirit, that there is something wrong about like tactics, and there is also something wrong about cohesion and synergy. And this is why at the moment they are top 3. They mainly are top 3 because they have Donk. I think if they didn't have Donk, they would probably more like be 6 or 7. Not that low, right? They are still really good. But they are pretending like the top 3 in the world because Donk is like a masterclass player and one of the best players in the world, and they can actually he can actually carry the game by himself even in tier 1 events, which is like totally crazy. But to try to get that number 2 spot or even number 1 spot right now, Spirit need something more synergy, more tactics, something that will actually make their game like higher. I think at the moment they are below Vitality and MOUZ. Talking about the number 4, I will actually put NAVI. At the moment they are 5 in world ranking and 10 in Valve, but I want to actually put them 4 for a specific reason. Yes, they are in struggle since some times now, and they are losing against teams that they should not, right? They should be ahead of Eternal Fire, they should be ahead of Mongols, they should be ahead about like So, for example, teams like that for sure. And normally this is a team that can pretend to actually beat Spirit in a best of 3, for example, and not getting kind of smashed 13-7, 13-6, okay? But why I'm actually picking their force is because they're kind of still consistent about making some deep run in the events, and you still have to remember how good NAVI were in 2024 last year. They won a lot of trophies in the HLTV Awards, and they were actually the team from 2024. Okay, they are struggling since the end of last year, the second part of the season, and 2025 is not getting like really good at the moment for them. But since you could see like how good they were last year, I feel like it's kind of like someone who is sleeping, but they just need a little click, something, maybe a good win, again, a good team, a good day, a good event, something that will actually bring the fire up to all the team, and they can, I believe they can actually take back the old form from 2024, all right? This is why I put them at 4th. It's not mainly because of the results in the last few months, because otherwise I would put them probably out of the top 5, but I want to put them 4 because each event, I feel like they can come back, you know? NAVI is still the same players, the same coach, the same team as last year. There is just something that is making them difficult to actually perform, but if they can actually find it and they can actually find the solution, then they can come back really easy. Number 5, I would put Aurora as my top 5. There is a question mark on them, but I didn't felt like I could like put them, I would say, below other teams that's, you know, below G2, Mongols, FaZe, Falcons, Virtus Pro. For me, like, they are above these teams. The problem with Aurora is like they are not enough, they are not winning the big matches, and also, which was kinda actually scary, is they lost against 3 Max and Complexity in PGL Bucharest, and this is definitely teams that they should have won. That being said, also Xantares said previously in the past few weeks that he had really like a big health problem, talking about his back. We saw him with a picture somewhere in the hospital, so I hope everything is gonna go well for him. And we don't really know how good he is right now, talking about his health, but he was saying that he was having pain since a lot of weeks, and he was taking 4 or 5 pills a day, I think, something like that. So it was really hard. And Xantares is a star player from that team, you know. If you don't have Xantares on your full potential, then definitely you can't actually pretend to be the best version of the team. This is a big problem for Aurora right now. But still, they are really consistent about like winning matches and playing events and managing to get good results, even making it to the playoffs. So that's why I want to put them in the top 5, because I think they deserve it, because they are really like consistent. That being said, it needs something. I was the one saying like, okay, 2025 is the year of Aurora. They need to at least lift 1 trophy, because they deserve it. They did several finals in 2024. They could not actually manage to win a single trophy while being that close, honestly, sometimes. I think against NAVI when they was like really strong, when NAVI was really strong. So now they need it, you know. I can't find more excuses, I would say, after that video, probably. In my opinion, I give them 2-3 months to actually manage to come into the top 3, you know. For me, Aurora should be in the top 3, top world, but they can't lift the trophy right now. It looks like there is like a glass ceiling somewhere, and also with Xantares' health problem, it's not gonna help. So let's first wait and hope Xantares is gonna be better, talking about his health. And if Xantares is safe, then they need to lift actually 1 trophy, I would say in the next 3-4 months. Otherwise, I will definitely put them out of the top 5, unfortunately. And to finish that video, even if they are not in the top 5, I wanted to point out Falcons. Okay, we're not gonna talk about the ranking or whatever, but since MOUZ joined, what can we expect from them, you know? What do you expect from them? Do you think it's gonna be maybe the team that can come and maybe compete and fight against Vitality, against Spirit, against MOUZ, who are definitely the best 3 team right now in the world, with like a little gap with the others? And might it be a new contender for it? I would actually like it, because I feel like Vitality right now is too much ahead, and someone need to actually perform and to go back to that level. Now, with Falcons just winning the PGL with Dexter, adding MOUZ, one of the best players in the world, and probably maybe one of the best opera in the world as well, I mean, they do have really good arguments for lifting a trophy. So might Falcons come into that top 5 teams and maybe top 3 and be close to the contenders? I would actually love to see it. Do you agree with my top 5, guys? What's yours? Let me know in your comments which team you think is the best, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you expect from Falcons? And let's enjoy Counter-Strike in the next few events. Gonna be some exciting times with Austin Major coming up very soon. Take care.